All right, so I'm gonna pass around a paper. It's a picture of an apple. You guys can observe it as long as you want to until the end of the speech. That's when I'm gonna be talking more about it. But just really take a moment to look at it and try and also pay attention to what I'm saying while doing that. But I'm gonna be honest with you guys. In the past, I've had a lot of shallow tendencies, motives, and behaviors. Let me give you guys an example. So last school year, I was walking into the music building, and there was this girl at the perfect distance where it's like I could have held the door for her, and it wouldn't have been weird, like she wouldn't have to like run or like rush, or I could have just continued on my way, and it wouldn't have been weird, as in like she wouldn't have felt like I was being rude or anything. I chose to do the latter, and as soon as I started climbing up the stairs to go to the third floor, then I immediately started like mentally yelling at myself. Denzel, how could you do that? Like, you know that your main reason on not holding the door for that girl is because not only did you not find her attractive, but you found her a little bit less than the average attractive face, if you guys catch my drift. And I actually started feeling really bad. I started really pounding myself mentally, started going like, you're supposed to call yourself a Christian. You know that you would be so upset if somebody else did the same thing to you. I believe that it is vital that we as Christians, and even as a human race, become aware of our shallow behavior, take captive of it, and destroy it. My speech today is going to compose of 3 points. 1, shallow behavior causes us to treat people unfairly. 2, a mindset focused too heavily on aesthetics will cause us to miss out on great opportunities and/or great people. And 3, a shallow mindset causes people to think either too highly of themselves or too low of themselves. So let's start off with 1. A shallow mindset causes unfair treatment to others. Let me give you guys another short story. I have a friend in North Carolina named Keandra. She often goes to Bojangles. How many of y'all know about Bojangles? Y'all live it? You see? That's what's up. So she often goes to Bojangles with her 2 light-skinned boy friends. Well, not boy friends. We know guy friends. She's not like that. And she told me in her own words that every time she goes over there with these 2 guys, they get a free meal from this lady that works over there because they're 2 light-skinned, attractive guys. But she still has to pay for her meal. Now, I don't know about y'all, but if it were me, I'd be living. This lady does not know them. This lady does not know if they are rich, if they are poor. This lady has no idea who these people are. All she knows is, oh, they're 2 light-skinned, attractive guys. I'm gonna give them a free meal. And then to make things even worse, Keandra, who's often with these 2 guys, when she goes to Bojangles, she still has to pay for her meal. That's unfair. In fact, I would say that's kind of likened to me not holding the door for this specific girl I was talking about, just because I found her a little bit facially challenged, in my own personal opinion. Second point, a shallow mindset causes us to miss out on great people and opportunities. We see this a lot with job employers. Like, everybody knows, at least in a general sense, that if you go into a job interview and you are as what is universally known as attractive, then you are more likely to get hired. There's been studies that have been shown on this, and I actually looked up a lot of stats on this, but unfortunately, I didn't really understand all the percentile stuff, so I'm not gonna try and speak on it. But another thing is relationships. A lot of us look at relationships, and some of us, especially those of us who are single, a lot of us are single because we have these shallow mindsets. Oh, I don't want to date him because he's too short, or he's too dark, or he's African and all he likes to do is just play Pokemon and do YouTube videos. Oh wait, hold on, am I getting a bit personal? Anyway. Third point, a shallow mindset causes us to feel either superior or inferior to others. I used to watch this show called Fairly Odd Parents. How many of you are familiar with that show? I actually hate that show. The humor in it is just kind of corny to me. But there was one episode that I did watch that I found very interesting. It was called The Same Game. And I remember Timmy Turner, the main character in the show, he was like playing ball or something and fell into his neighbor's yard, and there was these two dentists, and they thought of themselves as very superior because, I have better teeth than you do, or something like that. Like I said, corny humor. And this caused Timmy to wish for everybody in the world to look exactly the same. Now, when Timmy wished for this, everybody ended up looking like weird gray blobs, but they all looked exactly the same. However, these two same dentists still claimed in this episode, oh, well, we're more gray than you are. We're a superior type of gray. And this caused them to feel superior to other people, and Timmy being concerned with his image caused him to feel like he was inferior. This also caused me to think, like, what if we lived in a world where all of us were gray blobs and we looked exactly the same? Yeah, there would be a lot of cons to it, but there would also be pros. Like, for example, now we'd be able to focus more on each other's values and personality and whatever's within, as opposed to just looking at skin-deep things. And you see this a lot with, like, celebrities as well. A lot of people are, like, we look up to all these celebrities and we think that they, like, they're just really attractive and really, like, good looking, and oh man, I wish I could look like him. And, I feel like this causes us to have low self-esteem on who we are, and things should not be that way. So in conclusion, I'd like to just say that God created all of us with our own unique features, and as humans, we will inevitably favor some features over others. That is totally okay. I'm not saying we should not have preferences in what we like to see physically on people or be attracted to everyone equally. I believe if that were the case, God would not have given such a variety of colors and shapes and sizes to choose from or view. However, what I am saying is that we should never judge or treat someone specially or poorly based on solely that aspect. Especially since the person just so happened to be born looking that way or the way they do without choice. I'm pretty sure nobody asked God to be given universally attractive features before being conceived. You either have them or you don't. So special or poor treatment based on such a standard would be incredibly absurd and weak. Now, like I said, I passed around a picture. I hope that everybody's gotten a chance to look at it. And I just have one last thing to say concerning that picture that I wrote. You spot the golden apple. Immediately grab it and take a few bites. Before you know it, you're sick with all types of diseases known as heartbreak, stress, fear, anger, frustration, sorrow, and most importantly, regret. You toss the apple aside somewhere, swearing you'll never repeat the mistake again. And then soon enough, you spot another apple. And in claiming this time that it's different, you deceive yourself into hastily devouring this one as well. And the cycle continues. If you had just took the time to examine the apple with a few sniffs, turns in your hand, and pressing your finger onto it to check its ripeness rather than going off of appearance alone, you could have saved yourself so much trouble. Think about that. Thank you. Does anyone have any questions? Show side.
What made you want to choose to talk about this?
I think that a lot of people, I really felt so bad that day last school year when I did not hold the door for that girl. I even felt embarrassed just sharing that with you guys. But, thankfully, I'm not like that anymore. In fact, I've seen that same girl several times, and I've held the door for her. I saw her this morning. And sometimes I wave at her and everything. She has absolutely no idea who I am. But, I'm just, I just felt that bad. And I was thinking about, what if I was in her position? When I was growing up, I was made fun of because, I was short and, I'm dark or, all these other things that are skin deep. And it's I really don't think that we should be treated like that because a lot of the more attractive people that I knew back then, they had such trash personalities. They looked like that apple. And I personally believe that I had a genuine personality even before I got saved. And girls were not giving me the time of day, or even other people. I was just treated inferior for whatever reason. And I think that it was unfair of me to treat other people that way, and I wanted to encourage everybody else to, kind of spread that ideology, hey, we should not look at people just they can't help how they look like. We did not ask to be attractive. We did not ask to be unattractive. That's just how God created us to be like. But what we are in control of is who we are on the inside, and I think that's how we should like judge others. Thanks for listening to me.